Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Sexy Business Club launch party. This is Kim White with the My Sexy Business team. I am super excited because we have several sessions already done with our party. We've done yesterday, we've done some powerhouses this morning, and we're about to wrap up this last leg of the party. I hate to see it come to an end, but we are going to finish out with this last live broadcast. I have the famous Miss Connie Meyers, the founder of the Crystalline Moment Success Movement, with me. She's in the lobby with her sweet puppy, Miss C. I'm fixing to add her, and Noah MacArthur is trying to get in the lobby. You know, as usual, we're having some princess technical difficulties. I'm just saying, I'm going to quickly try to share this video to my page so that it goes where it needs to go. I just am thankful for each one of you. I'm thankful that each one of you has been has been patient with this princess, because I'm telling you, we have had some fun, we've had some excitement, and we have had some technical stuff go on. And so I am just thankful that you are here with us and that you are joining us. Miss Connie, I am trying to get her into the picture, and there we go. Miss Connie, can you hear me?
I can hear you great. How are you?
Yay. Yay, I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I had to put Missy down. She's like burning up. She's on fire.
Miss C is Miss Connie's sweet puppy that her puppy is my friend. I'll just say that. I love her puppy. She's my snuggle buddy when I'm in Vegas, and I am sad because she is in LA with her mama right now, and she is not doing well with her skin. She's a little desert rat, her mama calls her, so she'll be glad to get back to Vegas.
She just as soon go home now.
We'll tell her we're almost ready to cut you free. Well, Miss Connie, Noah's trying to get in. Noah's trying to log into the lobby. He's just finished up a live interview with someone that, and so he's just getting in a few minutes. We're just trying to get everything worked out timing wise. But what have you, because you've been with this for all the sessions the last, yesterday and today, what are you the most excited about the club? I know I've been going on and on because I'm so excited about it, but what are you excited about our Sexy Business Club?
I cannot wait to get to know all the members in a more intimate, better way. And I think your daily focus is going to be so much fun to share. And I just love the concept. I love everything about it. And the collaboration, the support. I mean, having somebody to just sometimes talk to. And I just messaged Christy. I was only able to catch part of what you talked with her about, and I can't wait to get to know her better. And I think all the members. I think that's going to be the best part, because we can really collaborate together. So, and I love your daily sessions, like Tuesday Tornado. I love that.
Well, I'm a tornado. I'm a little Oklahoma princess that is definitely a tornado. You have experienced that whirlwind that is in your life.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm happy that whirlwind is in my life, though.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
and I have to give you a lot of kudos because the interviews you've done so far have been really amazing, and there's lots of really good information in them. So I hope people will sit down and take the time to truly listen to them.
Well, and I was thinking this is not, this is about our launch party, but I was thinking I hope everybody goes back and watches our Hope to Hope interviews, because at that conference, that was just incredible. That was such a blessing to me. I mean, I've gotten, I don't even know, a bazillion messages about how impactful that was, but it blessed me so much to hear and be reminded, when it's hard, don't stop, don't give up. I mean, hope, we need hope. We're in the business of hope. We
We
need
are.
that hope to keep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the one theme from both the Hope to Hope as well as this one is that persistence is what gets you through, and that's how you help walk through fear. I mean, we all walk with fear. It doesn't matter who we are. We all have the that that little thing in the back of our heads that says, "Oh, maybe we can't do this, or maybe I shouldn't do this, or whatever it is." And fear is just a way of getting us stuck and holding us back. So walking through it, and the people that you've had on have shown how to do that in a very wonderful way.
Well, and you have too. You have demonstrated. Christy and I were talking, and one of the stories that touches my heart that you talk about with you, and you've had lots of crystalline moments. You've had lots of moments of clarity and moments of opportunity. But when your husband passed away, and you tried to go back to doing things like you did before, and you had the opportunity to either change that up or lay down. I mean, I call it getting in the dirt. You had the opportunity to just get in the dirt and stay there.
Well, and what's really interesting is at the same time that Tom passed away, I knew 6 other couples who lost a spouse, and it was very interesting. 3 of them were able to take a step and move forward, and 3 of the people got stuck. I don't know what happened to the 3rd person that got stuck, but I can tell you the other 2 passed away shortly after. And I really think it's really about mindset. That's why I really enjoyed. I did a meeting with a Christian widows group on Tuesday night, and there was everybody from somebody who had lost their husband 13 years ago to a woman who just lost her husband 2 months ago. And the one thing I tried to instill in them, especially the ones that had been like less than 2 years, is that you may not believe it's possible to move forward, and it doesn't seem right to say that there's opportunity or gift, but I can assure you that once you get through the initial phases of grief, you will come. And I want you to really believe. If you can't believe it, I want you to believe in somebody else that believes it. And if you don't have that somebody else, you can call me, and I will believe for you until you get to that point. And I think that the people in this club are going to be people that will do the same thing in all their areas of expertise for everybody. So it's all about sharing. It's all about giving. You have to give before you can receive. And I think this is going to be a great way of doing that.
Oh, you bless me, Miss Connie, because it is important that the giving is what we are all about. We want to be a generous, not just people or a team, but we also want to be a generous business. And
Right.
I feel like this is one of our huge ways to give back, is because the price point doesn't eliminate anyone.
No.
The value that we're giving, people will spend, $60,000 to go get a degree in college, and they don't even know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to be when they grow up. And
yeah, I oftentimes say that people spend more time on a vacation than they spend on growing themselves and their businesses. I have to say, you are My Sexy Business and My Sexy Business Club are the epitome of my life philosophy, my new life philosophy in the last 6 years, which is have fun, give back, make money, in that order.
Yes.
Because money will flow if you're having fun and giving back.
Well, and I'm not going to show up if it's not fun.
That's true. That's very true.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm pretty hardcore, but I also think that you can be really hardcore and do a great job and have a lot of fun. There's a way to have fun and do the hard work. And I think that's part of being sexy. I think that's part of the sexy formula, if you want to say, because, there's a lot of hard work involved in a business. I don't want to give an illusion that, you just sign up for the club and you just instantly have a successful business. I would never tell someone that. But I will tell you it will be more successful than it is now if you put into practice what all of the people in the club are pouring into it. There's no way to help but grow if you are doing the work. And we are silly. We could be real boring, but that's not the flavor of this princess or this company or this team or this club. We are hot messes, and we're okay with that.
I have to tell you, boring is not even close to being in your vocabulary. So, and I can vouch for the hard work and because I spent 10 days with you just last week. So I know how hardcore you can be. And I believe Dr. Cassandra was warning me because she'd spent time with you. She says, you're here for 10 days, you're in trouble. So I had to come to LA to rest up.
I love it. Well, and that's the thing is, for me anyway, don't tell me that's what you want to do and then not do something about it. Because that's the hardcore part of me, is that if you want to make your dreams happen and you want to live a certain kind of life, let's do the work. Like we're here to support you and serve you. Let's get this done so that way you can live that life. If it's on a yacht, that's awesome. But, my life doesn't look like your life, or your life doesn't look like somebody else's life, because there is someplace we get to decide. Don't always be living for this place that's far off in the future that you think you have to have this whole list of things to be successful, because it's not true. You can be successful all along the route because you're doing things, that you want to do, and you're having fun, and, just not being, you don't have to go through the mundane things and be bored all the time. You don't have to go through the mundane things and make it, just a drudgery. I think that's the key, is you still have to do mundane things. Jeff Olson has a saying in his book, The Slight Edge, to be a mundane master. And I think that's powerful. We need to be mundane masters.
I love
but I'm going to be having some music, and I'm going to be having some fun.
I believe
we'll be having some banana.
I believe it was Albert Schweitzer that said that success does, and I'm paraphrasing here. Basically what he said is, success does not bring happiness. Happiness brings success. And I tell all my clients and everybody, whenever I speak, you need to celebrate each and every little success, because, and I just posted this picture on my Facebook page this week. It says, success is in the journey, not the destination. And we really need to celebrate each and every little success. In the book that I put a chapter in called The Success Chronicles. I write about that. When I was younger and I started out, I was a salesman in insurance for Metropolitan Life Insurance, then had my own agencies. And I kept thinking every time I would get a bigger commission, or I'd make another sale, or I would get more money or a bigger office or more recognition, I would think, okay, well, if I do the very next thing, I'm going to be successful. And if I do the very next thing, I'll be successful. Like if I could afford to buy a bigger house, or I had sports cars. I raised 3 kids in cars that didn't have back seats. And every time I got a better sports car or a bigger house, or the kids went to a better school, then the next thing was going to be, I was going to be successful. And it doesn't work that way. The successes were happening all along the way, and I just wasn't celebrating them because I thought it had to be the next one bigger and better. So I think celebrating these little successes, and I think that's what the people in this club are doing.
Yes. Yes, and we talk about there a lot. We talk about success a lot. And I'm talking about as a culture, we're always looking for that success place, but you're exactly right. It's all along the path. It's in the process. It's in the daily grind. We have to look up and celebrate that we have, that we woke up. If it's as simple as that, we have to celebrate we woke up. We have to celebrate that we're able to do whatever it is we're able to do physically, whatever we're able to do, mentally, whatever we're able to do relationally, whatever we're able to do financially. I mean, whatever it is, if we don't celebrate those things, I think we actually put off, almost a wall of, I think ungratefulness drives away all of those successful things. Ungratefulness causes us to push away those things that actually create success. And I get tickled because one of the sayings that one of our team members has is in for a penny or in for a pound, and it doesn't matter where we're at, because we just revamped our entire business to make it sexier. I mean, we live what we teach. We're teaching you about how to have a sexy business, but we're always evolving and creating more sexiness in our business, because we are Christy calls me the guinea princess, but we are doing what we're teaching you. We're on here live having technical difficulties. Noah's trying to get in, and he's having trouble getting in. But we're still on live. I mean, we're still going for it. He just got off another live interview, and for some reason it's just not letting him get on here right this minute. So we're still trying to work with Noah. So if you see me on my phone, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to message back and forth with Noah. But, here's the sexy part of that. I'm not a supermodel. I'm not 20. I'm not, what the cover of the magazine would look like for, the culture. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still showing up. I have on my red lipstick and I'm showing up. I have on my smart glasses, and a lot of people think my smart glasses are silly, and it's okay. But they're shiny, and princesses love shiny. Signs of success in my life, not the success for everybody else's life, but I have a sweet life. My glasses were a gift from somebody very precious to me. My friends club, that's very sexy to me and very successful to me. Just all of the things that we sometimes get caught up in not being grateful for. Reminder to celebrate those things and celebrate where you are.
Yeah, I think that gratitude, if we continue to be grateful for things that happen in our life, and even the things that we might perceive as being a failure, because they're not a failure, they're just either a lesson we need to learn or an adjustment in our path and the journey that we need to go on. So as long as we are grateful for all of those things, then we will be continued. God or the universe or whatever your belief system is will start showing you the next part of your path. And but it all stems from being grateful for everything that happens, and that, you know, with Crystalline Moments, it part of it is of finding the opportunity is being grateful for them, no matter how devastating. Like the loss of my husband was what spurred me to have this career, and
Yeah.
I thank him every day for giving me this gift. And you know, when I was talking to the widows group, and I said, you know, Tom passing was a gift, and would I have him back? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. But I can't have him back. So I need to celebrate the gift and the opportunity that he gave me. And so each and every, it doesn't have to be something as big as a death, but it's certainly each and every day we have crystalline moments that give us opportunity. And if we are grateful for that opportunity, then success will continue to come into our path.
Yeah. Oh, I so agree. And you know, you're familiar with my story. And in case anyone listening doesn't know, I had a son that passed away 16 years ago. And right up till this point, I mean, up to today, I still celebrate his birthday because he was here. I mean, the opportunity and the gift that he left me, even though he's not here, you know, where I can watch him grow up and, you know, watch him, but he was almost 14 when he passed away. And the time I had with him, I wouldn't trade for anything. And would I want him to be back and, you know, not have passed away? Of course. I miss him every day. The thing is I'm not sad about missing him. I'm not sad all the time about it. I celebrate the fact that he was here. I've just chosen to focus, and it takes time. That's not something, you know, that you can do in a minute. You've got to have time to grieve. But
Absolutely.
the fact that he was here is more important than the fact that he's gone. You know, the fact that he mattered while he was here, and he left a footprint on this world. And it's carried on in his mama. It's carried on in his brother. It's carried on in the people that know him or knew him. You know, it's carried on because he made our lives sweeter. He made our lives better. And so a lot of what I do today came from that loss. I mean, it came from that place of realizing that even no matter what's going on in your life, you still can get up and go on and do things to help other people and serve and not have to stay, you know, I know this is going to be a big deal, but you don't have to stay broke either. You don't have to stay in that place of broken on the in your finances or broken whatever. And let me tell you, I've done so many things the wrong way. I just want to say that for the record. I can give you a whole list of things not to do financially, emotionally, you know, relationally. I can give you a whole list of them. But the truth is,
a perfect princess.
Oh, I'm a perfect princess that's imperfect. I'm a perfectly imperfect princess.
You know, one of the things that you had shared with me is after your son passed, is how you reached out to so many other young men and helped them. How many young men did you help?
I really don't know. I just never found another one that I didn't have a heart's desire to give them wisdom, you know, to help them understand that, because when especially the youth, they think they're invincible. Like they think time is never going to stop for them. And so I tried my best to, you know, be a blessing and to help as many as I could, because, you know, there's a lot of them that have great families, but there's also a lot of them that don't, that they have someone in their life that's broken, you know, and their parents weren't able to be good to them for whatever reason, some kind of damage in their life. And that's a real important part of this story, is all of those boys and some girls, but mostly boys, all of them are doing something in life that still, I mean, I'm a Facebook stalker, you know, I'm a creeper on Facebook because I love seeing what they're doing. I love seeing their lives, and I love seeing they're having kids now, and, you know, they're just doing awesome. And I'd like to think, and it might be too much to think this, but I'd like to think that I at least impacted them, that I did love them, and that made a difference in their life. Because sometimes just being loved, just letting someone know that things are going to be okay, I mean, that's huge. It's still huge to me, and I'm 50.
Yes. Well, I love when you talk about these young men because you call them your boys, and I think it's just an incredible gift. You know, it's kind of like Ginny that's in my book. She lost two children 9 years apart, and she talks about she would not be leading the fulfilling life she's leading if her children had not passed. And she has impacted families all across Canada. She lives in Whistler, and her son committed suicide. And before they took him off of the respirator, they had already decided they were going to start a foundation in his name for depression, for young adults suffering from depression. And they have now, up about 4 years ago, they had already had several clinics throughout British Columbia. And on Mother's Day 4 years ago, they started out in Newfoundland, and her and her family and some other people rode bicycles across Canada from Newfoundland to Whistler to raise money. And they raised over $4 million to build mental health clinics across Canada. Now they deal with all types of mental health with families and people suffering from it. So the impact, like you helping all these young men after your son passed, and I like to think that my life of giving back and helping others has stemmed because of the loss that I had. I think that is true success. I think that's what we're here to do in some fashion. Everybody has their own path, and really finding that path and giving back, and it comes back to you tenfold.
Mm-hmm. At least. I think that is I think that is a great word for anybody that's listening, that I do want to make it clear that we are selling club memberships. That is what we're doing. I don't want to act like we're not, because that's exactly what we're doing. But this is part of the reason that we're doing the club membership. That's part of the reason we're doing what we're doing, is because we believe in other people and want them to succeed. And we're trying to set up something that helps everyone wherever they are. You know, Miss Connie's one of the charter members of the club, and she's going to be in the group, and you know, she's not kidding. You can reach out to her, and she's so precious because she helps a lot of people. She does help, you know, individuals, but she's powerful in workshops and leadership, you know, events. And I mean, I just keep saying this, do not let that little gray head fool you. She's something else. She's a powerhouse. And her leadership skills were honed over a lifetime, but her way of delivering those skills is actually what came from the loss of Tom. I mean, the way that you're doing business now actually came from you had to change some things up.
Totally.
And so I'm so proud of you for sharing, sharing it. And I'm so proud of you for doing it, because I also know that a backstory for every single one of us, and that is we have days that we don't want to show up. We want to just go back and lay down in the dirt. And I mean, I call it the dirt, but we just want to lay down and go, no, I don't want to do this today. And It's the showing up. It's the, giving yourself enough time to grieve, giving yourself enough time to change some things up, but then showing up for your life. You know, you might think that I'm talking about you've got to show up to be someplace, you know, huge and important. But the truth is, a lot of people that run conference to conference and event to event that are trying to learn from all these different people, they don't ever actually execute anything because they're not showing up for their life. They're showing up for events, but they're not showing up for their own self. And I think Miss Connie is really good at that. I mean, she's really good at showing up for her life and showing up for, you know, the people that, it's like the retreat in Mazatlan. You know, you had to show up for that. And you were tired. You know, there were some stuff going on with you, with your leg and, you know, and different things. But you showed up and rocked the house. Well, okay, a villa. You rocked the villa.
Thank you.
But you know, when you get a hold of someone like you and you listen, that's the other part. You gotta listen. Some things of, you know, just trying to, I don't know, I think that everybody looks for this like magic bullet, this magic easy button that if they just push that, everything's going to be just super simple. Yeah. And the truth is, business is simple, but it's not easy. And if business is complicated, you're doing it wrong. It shouldn't be complicated. It should be simple. But it takes showing up, and it takes being a mundane master, and it takes being, you know, well, and for us, it takes being fun, because we couldn't do this if we weren't fun.
Exactly. Well, and I think you coming into my life has really shown me how to be simple. That was one of the things that I've learned from you, is to simplify my business, and how to, I mean, just those little tweaks we did to it gave it a whole different outlook for me, and that way I can share it in a totally different way. And it's those little things of keeping it simple, which is something that I have a tendency to embellish my business rather than simplify it. So I get all these wonderful ideas, and then they just kind of explode on top of one another, rather than how are they going to work together. So thank you for that.
And you know, no, thank you, Miss Connie. I am proud of you, and I'm proud of what your business looks like today, because I know how much you have to give. And the thing that I also know is if you're not able to execute those things that you have on the inside of you, the world misses out on such a great thing with you. And I'm talking about you specifically. You know, the world would miss out on incredible wisdom and incredible insight. And you have blessed me probably more than you ever thought about me blessing you, because, you know, you keep me grounded in a lot of ways. I might make you keep me grounded, just so you know. You know, you help me to stay focused also. And I think that's part of the sexy stuff, is we work together on things. And you know, I just want to say out loud, Miss Connie has her own business. She's not part of sexy business in the way that it's a business, but she's on the team because we believe in teamwork. We believe in, you know, working together to accomplish great things. And I'm not part of the Crystalline Moment Success Movement as a founder or anything like that, but I am someone who's had lots of crystalline moments, and I am part of the movement with her. Like, I support her, and I'm part of her. I'm a member of that. And so I think that that's super sexy too, to just clarify that. You know, we are businesses coming together. Not only are we women and people, but we are also businesses that are collaborating to do crazy, awesome things. You know, that is a sexy way to go through community, you know, because you don't You don't have a negative impact on what we do, and we don't have a negative impact on what you do. It's just the opposite. Working
Absolutely.
together gives us both, exponential possibilities, exponential potential. I mean, think of that for a minute. That's a big word for a princess, you know.
Well
but
said.
but and what can we do for those of you that are listening? I think about that as still. What can we do for you all? Because there are things that are happening in the club that, what can we do to help you with your exponential potential? We help you execute something that is in your heart's, desire to do. Miss Connie's going to have a conference in October in Vegas that I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss it. I'm so excited. And, I look at all the conferences up in just such a short time. I think we are part of 8 conferences, like 8 major conferences between now and of October. And we speak at, I can't even remember where all we're speaking. That's how bad, like that's how much we've got going on. But how sexy is that when that's what sexy is to us. That's what success is. We have a platform to tell people that they can have a sexy life. We have platforms that we can talk about getting past the, here so we can get there. We don't have to do that anymore. They don't, define who they are that's instructing your life. I mean, those are some of the things that we go in person and teach at these conferences. But in the club, you're going to be able to get all of that in the club without having to travel to Vegas and New York and Salt Lake City. And I mean, there's a lot of places coming up. So I think that's pretty sexy. I think it's pretty
That's very
sexy that we are able to come together and do that. And I thank you for not only participating, but, I thank you for participating in the club and for being there to help whoever signs up, because that's also very sexy. It's very sexy that, that you're one of the ones that's making a difference in people's lives. And this is just another way to simplify things and to do it, because we had, just a tidbit of background. We had a lot of groups going. We had a lot of different groups that we were running and doing things in, but the common thread in all of them that needed to be brought into one arena. And this Sexy Business Club is just an arena that we are now using to funnel, all of these other clubs into, or all these other groups into, so that nobody misses out on different things. If we come on and teach you something that you're not interested in learning and it doesn't apply to your business, just don't click on, just don't watch it. But what if it is? What if it's something you never thought about for your business, and now all of a sudden you're able to do something? Maybe you never thought about using interviews in your network marketing. We have network marketers that are killing it in different businesses. I mean, they more than most people make in a day job, like in their first few months of even being in it. So, I mean, I don't want you to limit your thought process to what this does for you. If you are somebody who just has an idea of something, or, and I'm going to go back to this. There are young people all the way up to way past retired people that are connected in this group and in this club. We have teenagers involved. I think it's super sexy to start them out right. Absolutely. But I also think it's pretty sexy when you have a group of women and men who are their 70 mark, and they're telling their stories. They're learning how to get their books out there, to create a business around their book, so it's not lost when they go. So I mean, that's pretty sexy stuff.
It's very sexy stuff.
So I am excited. I don't know. Noah is still having difficulty, and we're almost out of time. So unfortunately, I'm thinking that Noah and I may have to just do a sporadic interview one day next week, and we'll just add it to the feed, because he is able to connect. And I'm sad because he brings so much to the table. He's such an amazing businessman and person. So hopefully we'll be able to reschedule with him. But we just appreciate everybody that's come on and watched and been a part of and asked questions and sent messages. I've got a ton of messages I've got to look at. I can't even keep up with the messages that are coming through. And so I think that that's pretty awesome. But again, the club is, we go full throttle on Monday, this coming Monday, which is the 21st, August the 21st. It'll start our daily encouragement videos. It'll start our daily topics. It starts, all kinds of interviews, all kinds of things. Hope to Hope conference is all in the club. You don't have to search for all the different people. It's already loaded in the club, so that way you can go back on and it easily find everyone that that participated in the Hope to Hope conference. And I just thank everybody for coming out and everybody for listening. It's $7 to join. That's what it costs for the first month. You get a month membership, and you get, even in that first month, you get not a copy, but a download of my Changing Between My Ears, my first book about the weight loss and the journey between, thinking one way about health and thinking another way about health. And you just of awesome content and awesome connections. So thank you all for coming, Miss Coni. I can't thank you enough. I love you and I appreciate you. And
it's very interesting. You're starting the club on Monday, and that is the full sun eclipse. So the full sun eclipse is bringing on My Sexy Business Club.
I love it. I love it. And you don't even need special glasses to be at the party for the club.
I love it. Although I think I want a pair of your glasses.
I know. They're so cute. I just love them. I love them sparkly. Well, thank you, Miss Coni.
Thank you so much for having me. And it's been a pleasure to co-host this with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time with me. And, thank you to everybody that's listened. Thank you has taken time to understand what the club is and understand what we're trying to do and the awesome sauce that's going into the club. We thank you for participating. Get on to www.mysexybusiness.com/club to join. There's a subscribe to our website, mysexybusiness.com. The club's on there. We're very excited to see who all shows up Monday morning and who all is ready to do some changing in their world. So love you guys. Thank you. And Noah, we'll have to do a rain check next week sometime when we can get this technology worked out. Love you all.